All right, everybody, welcome back to the Aptitude Outdoors podcast. Thanks for tuning back in. Today, I'm talking about fishing the drop shot for bass.
This is the Aptitude Outdoors podcast, where we interview conservationists, hunters, anglers, and outdoorsmen and women to bring you the greatest stories, information, and advice from the best in the world.
So, if you guys have been listening to the podcast, you know in the summertime, I do a ton of fishing, and this last weekend I went out, didn't have all my crazy equipment. I just brought the basics with me, didn't bring my kayak, didn't bring anything. I just planned on chilling a little bit, but I can never resist the urge to fish at all. So I was fishing off a dock for most of the time, just hanging out, and I was throwing pretty much everything. The lake is fairly clear water. It has medium weed growth in it, so not the greatest for throwing crankbaits and stuff like that, but I threw some shallow diving crankbaits. I threw Texas rigged worms. I was throwing jigs, pretty much everything, and I wasn't getting any bites. And when that happens, I usually go to the drop shot. I don't know why I have such great success with it. I still haven't figured out if it's just better for catching fish or it's just my go-to when I'm not catching anything. So I tie the drop shot on, and it's very simple to tie a drop shot knot. Go look up a tutorial on YouTube or something if you haven't ever done it before. Very simple, very easy. And then I got a drop shot weight on the bottom, and it's essentially just like fishing a regular worm, except for the plastic worm suspended a little higher in the water column. And as soon as I tied that thing on, I had a fish within 5 minutes, maybe 10, 15 casts in. And yeah, I was like, well, I guess I'll just fish this for a while and see what happens. And then I got bored of sitting on a dock. So I went up and I found an old kayak sitting in the garage of the lake house. And it was definitely way too small for me. But I squeezed in there. I threw in a little box of hooks in case I needed to do some more tying on of drop shot in case it got snagged or something. And went out. And luckily, that day was fairly windy. There was a little bit of chop on the water, so that's good for fishing as far as I know. It's, kind of breaking up the surface. The fish can't see what's going on top as well. It's also, killing a little bit of the light penetration that's coming down, so it makes them bass feel more comfortable. So I just set out. I literally rode past the dock or kayaked past the dock and let the wind just blow me along. And I've fished the drop shot a ton, but I've never just drifted with it to see what would happen. And I was like, this will be a good experiment to see how it goes. So I don't know. I didn't catch a lot of fish. I did catch a couple, and just the wind blew me along. I could feel the drop shot tapping along the bottom. I had a fairly sensitive rod. It wasn't anything fancy. It was just a Ugly Stick GX2 combo. You can get them for like $50 to $70 at Walmart probably. They're fairly affordable, but they are really, for how cheap they are pretty sensitive and they hold up. I've caught a ton of fish on that rod because I just pretty much always keep it with me. It's just a beater rod. And I could feel it bounce along the bottom. I was surprised it really did not get hung up on the weeds as much as I thought it would. I mean, it would get, the way I rigged it, the nose of the worm was coming off the hook, and the hook was just inside the tip of the nose, so facing outward, and that way it was weedless. But in case anything bit it, it would just push right through the soft plastic. And the only problem I had is sometimes the actual curve of the hook would catch around some weeds and pull, and I'd have to reel back in and cast it again. But that didn't happen too often, and I did end up catching some fish on it. The one I caught was pretty okay sized for that lake anyway, so it wasn't a total loss. But I like to drift sometimes if I just don't know where the fish are. I'll just drift along and hope to find some, and then maybe go back and fish that area if I have time. But in this case, I didn't have a lot of time. We had to leave in like an hour or two, so I was just going to do as many drifts as possible and see what was out there. And I was actually surprised how well the drop shot held up just drifting along. And I never reeled it. I never tugged it. I just let the wind pull me out of the weeds, and I went over some big drop-offs, and there was a lot of, rocky bottom that it was bouncing off of. Didn't ever break it off. It was totally awesome. So I will try that again. And I don't know if you guys ever fish drop shots a lot like I do. I don't know if it's the way that they suspend in like the middle of the water column, depending on how much line you leave on the bottom for the worm to be off the distance, or if it just lets the worm kind of gives it more movement in the water. I don't really know, but the bass just seem to love it. And I mean, I've caught stuff on everything, jigs, all that other stuff, Texas rigged worms, but just some days it feels like they just want that worm higher in the water column. And I don't understand why. I don't think I'll ever understand why, but it does work. So I would recommend trying it. If you got any fishing tips that you think that I should know, let me know. I'm always trying to find different ways to fish just to keep it exciting. I know the classics work. I mean, you're going to catch fish on worms. You're going to catch fish on crankbaits. You're going to catch fish on Senkos. All the stuff that's worked forever is still going to work. It's just fun to mess around with new stuff. So you can message me on Instagram or Facebook or something. And if you have any other new stuff, I've been trying a lot of different things lately, seeing how they do. So that's a work in progress. And I want to thank you guys for listening to the podcast. I will be back soon with another episode. Hey, thanks for listening to the Aptitude Outdoors podcast. If you're getting anything out of this, if you're learning something, if it's helped you in any way, go down in the link below and buy me a coffee. Throw me $1, throw me $2. We greatly appreciate it. Just using it to keep this ship afloat. So thank you very much.